really do my best not to blame problems on other things or what have you. But in this case, in this situation, the hip flexor was causing me some definitely causing me some pain. And I was compensating for it. I could tell yesterday that I was big time compensating for it, whether I wanted to or didn't want to. And I'm glad that I was able to, today I can feel that, yeah, it's probably, I would say I'm probably 80-90% there, that it feels a lot normal than it did the other days. But yeah, that was pretty frustrating having to deal with that. But I learned through being able to train through that. And it's a very that's such a it was a very nagging thing, and it felt like it was just getting in the way sometimes. But I trained through it. I got a good couple things about my positions in the back of the ring and how I'm standing, and I was able to kind of break down and solve the problem. But even through that, these throws now are way more consistent and lined up than the throws have been probably the whole cycle, probably the whole time I've been throwing the 15 pounder. So, and that this has been over weeks or what have you. So it's kind of amazing that a bad thing turned into a good thing. And I think that you kind of, when stuff happens or what have you, especially with that, injuries or what, you can get so frustrated, you can get so bogged down in it that you can't and it does hinder you. Things like injuries do hinder you, but you kind of got to take everything with a grain of salt and get through it. I mean, and I try not to use the word good or bad in my brain, because it's just something that happened. But it led to something that was better. It's led to better throws at the end of the day. So that thing with the hip thing was a problem, and I've gotten through most of it, like I was saying, and I'm a lot better. I'm a lot more consistent now. I mean, in my position, yeah, it's just looking a lot more lined up and sexy. So yeah, it takes you going through. You got to take it all, the good, the bad, the ugly. You got to take it all and just take it for what it is. Maybe it's not good, and maybe it's not bad. Maybe it's just something that's going on. So got out here, took some throws, didn't take a lot. It didn't feel the power today. Didn't feel like I had any power behind my throw. But as you can see, really consistent, really consistent. Throwing them down the sector. I would have marked pretty much every throw that I threw today. I would have marked them all. So that's something that I kind of hang myself on. They're all looking a lot more crispier and succinct than it was earlier. So hey, it just takes a lot more reps. And if you don't want to go through, you just got to go through it. If you don't want to go through the hard when it's not so fun, then you can never get to when it's really fun. So, and when the sun's out and the weather's nice. I mean, sometimes you got to practice in bad weather. Sometimes that's just what it is. So, and sometimes the situation's not perfect, and you just have to get through it. So, that's what I've learned doing this, and I think that that's a very important lesson, especially when it comes to throwing and with life in general, actually. So that's just about all I got. You already know what the deal is. Run on your toes, keep your mouth closed, lock your doors, and save your throws, and most importantly, let it find another day and get out of here.